Bohemian Boxing Report live and direct, so with all due respect.
Cut this man his check
There
right
is.
now. Right now, this is the man right here on the scene.
Absolutely.
Show him the respect.
Please do.
But Bohemian Boxing Report, how are you?
I'm very well.
I've been
Thank you
wanting to
for
do this
asking.
interview for a while. Thank you so much for
Well,
coming out to our event tonight.
Very well. Thank you very much for inviting me. Pleasure to be here. Let's start off with this. I'm here with.
I'm Larry Goldberg. I'm the owner and promoter of Boxing Insider Promotions.
Here we go. And you are from what city?
I am
Barbaro?
originally from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Okay.
And I've been living in Manhattan for the last 10 years.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, from Jersey.
That's how we got into boxing. I grew up going to all the casino fights.
Wow. Okay.
We're going to be bringing boxing back this summer to Atlantic City, and but this is our 9th show here at SONY Hall in the last 15 months.
Yeah.
And this was one of our best cards.
That's active.
And this is one of those events that if you guys knew what really what goes into these cards, we had one great fight fall off. The one kid didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
We had another fight fall off. The one guy got into the MSG card. We had another fight fall off. The guy just didn't want to fight. Another one fell off because there's it's difficult. But at the end of the day, we had 6 very good fights,
Yeah, you did.
and everybody left happy tonight.
Yeah, they did. The crowd is actually still here, buzzing around.
Excited crowd. So I'm very excited. We got to see Emmett Brennan make his U.S. debut. We had a very tough fight. We had Jacob Pavlis had a really good fight with Speedy. We had a first round knockout with Ariel. Price Taylor. Jason from Sweatbox. We had a really good card. And Benji came back. Avenged his loss on the last show and came back and got a win.
Yeah.
So it's like this is
Action-packed.
club boxing, and it's like we're doing it here in New York. We did 6 of them last year. This is our first, and I don't know when our next one's going to be, but hey, here we are.
Yeah, we're here now.
We're here with the Bohemian Boxing Report.
Yeah, absolutely. What should we expect next from BoxingInsider.com? Are we going to stay at this level, or are we going to do some expansion? Do we like the home venue at SONY Hall?
I love this venue. This venue is great. This venue is like you're right on top of the action. It's like doing drugs for boxing.
Yeah.
You are on top of the action. Everyone's
I like that announcement.
on. It's just you're right there.
Yeah.
So this is all I ever wanted to do, which was called small boxing.
Yeah.
You need shows like this to build up to the guys to the bigger show.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Agreed.
regular guy. I used to hang out at the gyms. We used to give out T-shirts. I've been involved with Metro. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Sonya.
Yeah.
And I like being at this level.
Yeah.
Would I like to do something bigger one day? Probably, but we could do this. This is good for boxing. This is good for New York City.
Yeah.
And this is a local fight. These are
Yeah.
local fighters, and every fight was good tonight.
Yeah.
And look, every so often you get a stinker, but the boxing god shined upon us,
Yeah.
and everybody came out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fans are absolutely pleased. I've been talking to fans throughout the night. They're delighted. They're delighted about.
Well, I'm happy because no one asked for a refund.
Yeah,
so
nobody.
That means I can afford to cut this man his check.
Absolutely. Tell me, the next fights, who do we expect? Are we going to do some more pro debuts? Or we going to bring back some of the same guys?
It's always going to be a mix of pro debuts, same guys coming up, guys on the way down, guys looking to get started. The idea of this show originally was I wanted to be the one that took Metro guys pro.
Yeah.
And we've done that here. We did it, we've taken a few guys pro. We've had some of these fights, and it was really just a matter of finding the right formula.
Okay.
Our first event, we were doing fights that were quite frankly out of my league.
Yeah.
And like I said, the idea is to do, younger kids, they're not kids, but younger fighters like Price. I was very happy to find Jacob and fight. That was a fight I've been trying to make that fight for a year, and we finally got to make it. Like I said, Ariel, that fight happened because Heather Hardy made that fight happen. Emmett Brennan emailed us. He's coming to America. He's an Olympian. I go, yeah. And we put him up against a local New York kid.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of fights we want to make.
Yeah.
And so,
Do you have a fight of the night pick? Because I've been hearing throughout the night.
I think that if we're going to give a fight of the night, I'm going to have to go with Jaika just she stepped up.
Yeah.
I always said she was better than her record. Her record was 3-6.
I've been telling people that.
And she's
Over
a
and over.
warrior.
Yeah.
I knew her. I'm embarrassed to say this, but Jose Guzman was my trainer, and it was at the pandemic, and they would just put her in sparring with me, and Jacob would just hit me in the body, and they would laugh. And this girl hit hard.
She cracks. She's been cracking since the amateurs.
Oh no, and like I said, and she. she needed this fight. She wanted a fight like this. And look, nothing. And Speedy stepped up. Speedy is a warrior. Speedy's going to come back. And like I said, these are the kind of fights you want to make. You know, and the idea is, you know, we don't. I'm different than the normal promoter. Most promoters, they have the A side. The A side wins every single time. We're not looking to do that. We're looking to have good fights, and if you win, you lose. Here's some upward mobility. Go to another fight. You know, we had fighters, you know, that go on to other promotions. We had, I mean, there were 2 fights at MSG, one next week and one a week ago. Between the two of them, we had like 8 or 9 of our fighters that we either had contracted or would have contracted on previous fights fighting at the Garden. I love that. I love that. You know, the old schoolers say, oh, they should be fighting. It's like, no, I don't want to own the fighters. I want to be the I want to give these kids the opportunity. And I think that after 9 fights, we've started to give them an opportunity, and you know, and you're starting to see it. You know, and they come out and New York loves this. New York needs boxing like this.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I concur. We can close out here because I think I got everything that I actually wanted to hear from you.
I just wanted to say, cut this man his check. I am a fan, and I'm very happy that you came out tonight.
Thank you very much.
I hope I see you at the future ones.
Yeah, you absolutely
so you're
will.
Absolutely invited.
Because
thank you so much for everything.
I enjoyed the venue. I enjoyed the fanfare. The energy was just
that's what I was saying. It's the venue, it's the fighters, it's the matchmaker. We've got this guy, Eric Botcher, who's the matchmaker to the stars. We've got Henry DeLeon. This guy's like the greatest commentator of all time. I mean, literally, this guy right here off camera, Henry DeLeon, is like the Michael Cole of boxing. This guy is the Jim Lampley of the next generation. He's looking at me like, when the camera goes off, I'm going to punch you. And hey, get in line.
Again, it was a pleasure talking.
No, it was a pleasure. And like I said,
please off come, and on camera.
Please come again. And like I said, you know, you guys have a great channel, and you're doing good. You're doing good for the New York scene as well, and I appreciate it. So thank you all so much. And
let's close out. Bohemian Boxing Report live and direct. So with all due respect,
cut this man his check.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.